All right, so our final topic for this episode, which will hopefully you stuck around for and didn't get bored after the length of the last one, but that's fine. It is our top 5 YouTube binges. Last episode, we did our top 5 YouTube rabbit holes, unintentional things that you watch on YouTube, topics or subjects or channels or whatever, that you just kind of did not go on YouTube to watch and you got sucked into it. This time it is stuff we intentionally like and binge watch, and I just realized I put mine on here but not ordered them, but I already know the order, so it doesn't matter.
Cool.
Anyway, we're gonna start with George. Wait, right. Who started last time?
Don't know.
George is starting.
Okay. That's fine. And I'll start with my most boring answer, which is work related stuff. I work in a school. I'm a sign language interpreter, and so there will be classes that I am required to interpret that I may not have a lot of knowledge about, or that I don't remember because it's been so long since I've done Algebra 2 or whatever. And so I'll go on and I'll just watch videos related to the content. Mm-hmm. And YouTube is fantastic for just getting information.
We call that YouTube University.
There you go.
Actually, I'll put a little thing on mine too. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, and I actually use it a lot for information purposes. I don't know how to fix my car, so I'm going to Google it and watch some videos and stuff like that. So a lot of mine are going to be things that I find interesting on there, but maybe not something that maybe I watch all the time.
And mine are going to be things that rot my brain and are completely pointless and trivial to the grand scheme of life. Starting with my number 5, which I like watching. It's a specific channel. It's called Leaderboard. They do a lot of like 107 facts about Far Cry New Dawn. And then they'll just talk about a bunch of like random facts. It's usually got to do with like designing or something, like Easter eggs, backstories. Well, then they also have a lot of they'll do game timelines. So I just recently watched the Resident Evil timeline throughout all the different games. Mm-hmm. So it's nice because they'll do it on like Zelda, older games. So I mean, I can't remember 20 years ago when I used to play this stuff exactly.
Right.
What the story was. So it's nice to sometimes if I'm about to play a new game, I can usually kind of scroll through the stuff, get the backstory, and get me kind of caught up.
Cool.
So one of mine is I still play this mobile
one of
game.
Not your number 5.
Well, number 5 is a game I still play. It's a mobile app, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Oh, there you
I
go.
probably don't recommend getting into it now, but I've been doing it for like 2 years. Might as well continue on. So there's
y'all said the same thing about Final Fantasy. Rip.
Are you still doing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I thought you were.
mean, I logged in. I log in every day and get like the stuff, and then I like immediately close it.
So you just get the So you don't really play. You just get the stuff for not playing.
Yeah, I
just
get
in
it
case you
because
go
back, right. I probably will at some point. And if like they have a banner that has like characters I really like, I'll get on there and maybe try to roll for it. And for some reason in the past like 3 or 4 months since I haven't been really playing it,
you probably
I've
got
gotten,
everything.
Like, every character I wanted. It's great.
Is that random?
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not playing. He's not playing this much.
Give him some good stuff. Entice him to come back.
That's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, I watched some videos on there. It's like, what's the best, characters to farm, and where to put your Zetas, which are these upgrades. Yeah. So that's me.
My number 5 is Epic Rap Battles of History. It's the ERB channel, Epic Rap Battles of History. The reason I put this as number 5 and not number 1 is because they don't release a lot of content. Like each season is like 6 or 8 or something.
They're doing new stuff now?
Yeah.
Once a month, the first Friday of every month.
Oh, I didn't know, because before it was like once a week.
Yeah, no, it's the first Friday of every month.
Like permanently or?
Just for this season.
Oh, for this season.
They've only had 2. I don't know. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen Wolverine versus Freddy Krueger.
And then they brought out Guy Fawkes and who's the other one?
Chavero or Chev Chavero.
Yeah. How do you say who these guys
are? The South American revolutionist.
All right.
Che Guevara?
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
Am I saying it right, George? Is that right?
Che Guevara, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's him versus Guy Fawkes. You know who Guy Fawkes is, right?
Nope.
The anonymous mask.
I thought
Who?
that was a fictional character. I looked it up. I was like,
Yeah.
this was a real dude.
From V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
That.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so have you ever seen Epic Rap Battles of History?
Never. No
Eric?
idea.
I might have ran across one or two, but
Missing out.
Yeah.
The new you will. This will hit number one.
I was
for a while.
hoping. I was hoping to eventually do like a top 5 epic rap battles, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, not until the.
Maybe if them two get sick.
Basically, they take fictional or non-fictional characters and they have a rap battle, and it is phenomenal. Like it is not even like. I'm not even like giving it justice. It's how good it is.
I can't imagine this at all.
It is.
It's good stuff.
It is fantastic.
Okay.
One of the newest ones I thought was really good is Wolverine versus Freddy Krueger. They take two characters or two people or fictional, it doesn't matter, that are very similar. So Freddy Krueger has claws, Wolverine has claws, they're rapping.
Which oddly enough, they got big on not that concept because I think their first one was actually the John Lennon Do It Live guy.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. But their second one was Chuck Norris and Abraham Lincoln, and that one like blew them out. That's what got them popular.
Yeah, they've done so many.
How are they similar?
That's what we're saying. I think at first it was kind of like just random people, but then they started a line of it was people that made sense of like Edgar Allan Poe versus Stephen King.
I remember one of them is like the Star Wars ladies versus someone else.
No, I think that's another. There's a group of girls that do it.
Okay,
and that might be that one.
They were rapping in it.
Yeah.
Well, it might be, but it's not.
It's not epic rap
battles.
That's how he says it. It's like, oh, it's so good.
Huh.
I'm not even joking. It's so good. But the reason is, if you keep up with it, there's nothing to binge watch.
Right.
But you'll binge watch it once you start. Because they're only like 3 or 4 minutes each. Because it's a song.
Yeah.
And so like you're like, this is hilarious. And what is cool about it is there's subtitles, and you listen to the same one 3 or 4 times because you'll miss stuff, and you'll be like, what are they talking about? You look it up. It is the wordplay and the references that they're kicking out against each other is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I like Skrillex versus Beethoven. Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'll check it out.
Anyway, your number 4, George.
All right, my number 4, sort of the same sort of thing. I start, watching it and just because of the story. It's Penny Arcade, and they have their Acquisitions Incorporated, the role playing sort of cartoons and then live convention things, and just some funny guys, playing a game of D&D, and they have a great dungeon master. And I don't really role play very much anymore, but it's enjoyable to watch these guys because they're
watch other people role play.
Yeah, well, not very many people know, but just this particular group, they're pretty funny and entertaining.
Cool,
sweet. What was my number 4? My number 4 is top 10 things I didn't know about random 80s TV and movies. Specifically Minty comedic art. So there's this Australian guy that is fascinated with 80s pop culture in America. So you can get on there and it's like 10 things you didn't know about the series Alf, or 10 things you didn't know about Weird Science. And this is a constant thing I watch because I like pop culture. I'm a child of the 80s. I love that stuff. He's not as comedic as his name would allow you to think. Some of his stuff's kind of like, just give me the facts, dude.
Yeah.
But whatever. He tries, and he gives me a lot of knowledge that I wouldn't have known otherwise. So. And
someday in a pub quiz, this is going to come in handy.
Yeah.
Remind me at the end of this top 5. I have a great one that I want to point out to you, but for some reason it's probably going to be on your top 5, so I'm not going to say it right now. But just remind me.
All right, number 4 for me is I should have made my number 5 because it's 5-minute crafts.
Just for that reason?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so it's a channel where you get to kind of learn some stuff, and they show you all kinds of cool things, like on a Coke can. You turn it around and it holds your straw. I don't know. It's kind of like goofy
life
stuff.
hacks, I guess.
Yeah, the life hacks.
Life hacks.
Is that really what it was meant for? But Yeah.
Or
there's all
like when
kinds
people put a like a key ring around their zipper on their pants, and when they zip up the pants, they put the key ring around the button
to give you a little more space.
Well, no, so that specifically so that your zipper doesn't come down.
Oh, okay, that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one where you can do that.
Buy new pants, Eric.
It happens all the time. Only after a big meal.
Does your zipper ever work its way down?
Mine don't.
No,
but
it's usually because you leave it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet there's some
kind of
pants.
weird.
Yeah, that's not how zippers work. Yeah.
Like I wear a belt all the time, and I think if you don't wear a belt, maybe you're more prone to it. I guess I don't know.
I wear a belt all the time too,
Yeah, so
but
do
I'm not sure if the belt does anything to your zipper.
I don't know. I think it's because the belt is not. It doesn't like stretch as much. So if you don't have a belt on, you're moving around. The pants will stretch,
Move
and then your
more.
zipper could be pushed down. Whereas
Sure.
the belt stops you because it's like a hard object. The physics of belts. Anyway,
All right,
my number 4
wear belts.
Physics of dad
is
bods.
the belt channel. No, it's called. My number 4 is Unbox Therapy. I don't know if you've ever seen this. He's
No.
basically a dude who unboxes technology on screen, looks at it, plugs it in, turns it on, all that stuff. Like he's never seen it before. Well, some of them I guess he has, but a lot of them it's like, all right, here we go. Let's see what this is. And he just unboxes it, talks about it. He has like 55 camera angles for some odd reason. And but he just goes through everything. He unboxes like iPhones and random gadgets. Mostly it's technology based.
And he doesn't know anything about it. He's like, I don't know
No,
what this is. Let's figure it out together.
No, it's not like that. It's just he may not have played with that device specifically, but he knows more about it. But some of the
Okay.
devices he knows a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just depends on if he was sponsored on that episode or not. But it's a really cool. Like typically when I watch his channel, I sit and watch like 15 in a row.
And then do you end up wanting something that you see and going and shopping for it, or?
I don't know. I don't think I've done that at all because he's usually most of his stuff is like phones. He does a lot of phones.
It's like on the last episode I referenced that one guy, Jerry Rigged, I think. And it's kind of like his videos. It's like, I don't even know why I'm watching this. I'm not going to buy a Pixel or whatever he showed me. But I've already watched like 3 videos of this guy unboxing and playing around with stuff, scratching the screen, all kinds of weird stuff.
It's kind of like that, but
Yeah.
this one's intentional because I'm looking up devices that I would be interested in. I just haven't actually purchased any of them.
Cool.
Okay.
I mean, it's all technology, so I would go broke if I was like buying everything he was like excited about.
Yeah.
But one of the things he did open was the who was it? Daft Punk Random Access Memory, that album.
Yeah.
They had a album that was like a collector's edition. It was like thousands of dollars or something. It may not be that much, but it's expensive. And he unboxed one of those, and it had a USB thumb drive that was like made phenomenally, but it had all of the uncompressed files on it. If you're an audiophile, so you can listen to them. So he unboxed that. Like, I'm never gonna buy that, but I was like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, that wasn't a random. Like I go through his videos and pick the ones I want to watch.
Right.
So anyway, George.
Okay, my number 3. This is one that I do every year, and I'm not much of a video game purchaser, but I always go and watch E3 and just binge watch all
all the
all the
stuff that
trailers,
they
all the
come out with.
I don't know why I do it because I never buy any of it, but
But
it's fun to watch.
Because it is a skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch. Their presentation's usually pretty neat. So
Oh yeah.
It's really interesting. Yeah.
We should apply for like E3 press badges for next year.
Oh yeah.
It's not what it once was, but
Yeah, but still.
Try it.
So my number 3.
they can say no.
Right.
Yeah, like, all you can do is say no. My number 3, I kind of lumped a lot of this together, but just depending on what game I'm playing. So the main 3 ones that I do this with is Minecraft, Fallout, and Skyrim. I've just got a lot of different channels that I'll watch. Minecraft, it's usually, different ways to mess with the redstone and stuff like that. Kind of boring, but it's nice to see what little contraptions I can do. With the other ones, though, with Fallout and Skyrim, is usually like top 5 quests, top 5 characters, this and that. Just random, like just getting opinions on what people feel about the games I've played, Or there's a guy named Oxhorn I watched that pretty much goes through like really in depth. Like if you can think of anything in Fallout, he will give you a backstory to it, and he like
knows everything.
He knows everything about everything in all of Fallout. So he's a lot of fun. Like I said, useless knowledge, but
Yeah.
I'm entertained by it. Makes the game more engaging for me. So.
All right. 3 for me is trick shot videos. There's like this guy called Dude Perfect.
Oh
So-
yeah,
I like that. I like that
So
channel.
I know he's probably done it like 1,000 times to hit that one perfect shot.
Yeah, but still.
it's still entertaining.
You know, I don't
Oh, yeah.
know, because they had the Guinness Book of World Record come there for a day, and then they made like 20 or 30 of them or something.
Oh, I bet you do it so often, so much, you probably do get it is a skill set, and you do it really well. But I'm sure it's not like, bam, I'm gonna do it every time.
Yeah, but I think if they come, you have to do it within so many times or it doesn't count.
Mm.
You know, like they don't just show up at your house and be like, all right,
Yeah,
I got a few hours to burn.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try it.
right.
Like you have to be able to do it within a few shots. And
Yeah.
like some of them, they did it in the first try. So I think that over time, right, it started off like that, but
Yeah.
over time they just got so good at being ridiculous.
Right.
They're like, hand me that. I bet I can shoot it across there and hit that and all this other stuff.
Right.
Reminds me of the, was it Michael Jordan
Michael
versus
Jordan,
Larry Bird?
I thought of that too.
Yeah.
Playing for the Big Mac.
Yep. My number 3 is, I've got a specific example, but it's mostly people who create ridiculous things. There's so many of them. I got like one channel I'll watch where this dude forges like all the weapons from different video games, but he makes like he made the Buster Sword.
AWE me.
No,
think.
it's a different one. This dude's like a big
Man at Arms.
He looks like a Viking.
Okay.
And he
Yeah. talks
talks like a Viking. And he has this hilarious laugh. He's like, oh, I just destroyed that. I wish I'd had his name because it is a great channel. But he made the Buster Sword like out of solid steel.
Right.
He does not mess around. He does not take, it was like 100 pounds or something.
And he just goes chopping stuff with it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like another dude, it's called the Slingshot channel. He makes all these slingshots, like rubber band slingshots and stuff like that. That's awesome. And then but the one I actually put down was Mark Rober, which I think you kind of brought up last time. He made the glitter bomb that is probably the most popular thing right now.
Saw that one.
But he's done a lot of things. Like one time I was wanting to learn how to throw cards. He made a card shooter, and he was like up against the world's like craziest like card thrower. I mean, he's made all kinds of stuff. There's another channel where the dude made like a plasma cannon out of a microwave or something. It's like they're making some crazy stuff. There's all kinds of channels. So this is more of like a topic rather than one channel specifically. But if you want to see one, Mark Rober, RoBear, that's a really good one. You probably have seen the glitter bomb. That's like his biggest thing right now, where they made a bomb. They made a package that people steal off people's porches, and then it has all these iPhones, or not iPhones, but cameras, phones to film it, and it sprays glitter all over the car,
and like fart spray,
and a fart spray. Yeah. Anyway, that's my number 3.
Nice. Okay, my number 2. This is one that I'll put on in the background while I'm doing other things, and it's a music video playlist that's called TG Lurgan, and it's this extremely talented group of students at a school in Ireland that's like a high school in Ireland, and they will do cover songs of popular pop music in Irish, so in Gaelic. And they're incredible. They're
nice.
Every year they make several of these, and so there's this long playlist now.
That's cool.
Good deal. Number 2, right?
Yep.
My number 2, I put Epic Rap Battles as my number 2.
Oh, talk too much about it.
Yeah. No, that's all good. This is something that if I'm having a good time at the house, and this is like my good time music.
Your jam.
My jam.
This is your drinking music.
Kind of. Also, that or it's just something I like listening to. Whenever I was doing my bathroom, painting it and stuff, I was playing Epic Rap Battles just nonstop. The funny thing is, though, is that I play it so much that my kids can rap along with it. So they've heard a lot of the stuff a lot of times.
Skills.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like it's funny. They'll just come in and start busting in the room and start yelling stuff at me because they hear what I'm yelling. The funniest one I like them to do is the Russian one, but so that's a good time.
George, to point out one other thing, have you heard rap battles before?
Yeah, I know how it goes.
You know how mostly it's like kind of cheesy.
It's terrible.
These are master crafted. Like they have good beats. I don't even like rap for the most part. Like I don't mind it, I guess, but I don't like hate it or anything. Like I just choose not to listen to it because it doesn't appeal to me as much. But epic rap battles are legit so good.
Yeah, the music is good.
They have good music. They have great flow. I mean, all the raps that they're doing, like, man, especially if you read the words and stuff, it's not generic and cheesy at all.
Right, it's thought out and
it is so good.
Especially if it's like two people that you know something about, you'll get a big kick out of it.
That's even better, yeah.
All right.
All right, go off George there on the music videos, but mine are even more random. So I would just put in best music 2019. I don't even know who makes these playlists, but yeah, I mean, I found good playlists.
Is this what you listen to while you're playing games?
No, that's not me. I don't usually listen to music when I'm playing games, but I do like to listen to music while I'm working and stuff like that. So
that's fair.
I play in the background.
My number 2 is the Angry Joe Show. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, he's so
angry.
He's so angry. I like him though because he legit is like, I do not like this, and he will say, and he doesn't care what he says.
Yeah.
Where I think a lot of game review sites care what they say, because if they trash a game, that company's going to blacklist them. He just like straight up doesn't care. I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's the way reviewers should be. If a game is terrible, trash it. I mean, if it's legit terrible. If you don't like something about a game, you shouldn't feel like you can't talk about it. Like, that's the one thing I think as a reviewer, like, I don't care. If your game sucks, I'll tell you it sucks.
Yeah.
Typically, games that are published don't suck, especially by big companies, because they do something called playtesting. Mm-hmm. But, you know what I'm saying?
But sometimes.
But if it deserves it, it deserves it.
Right.
You can't be afraid of a company not giving you a game for free next time. Whoa, whatever. Buy your game. I mean, his YouTube channel is huge, so he probably doesn't even care that he gets review codes or whatnot. But I think he's pretty fair and objectional. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Objective,
whatever. He's pretty fair.
We'll make our own words.
And his reviews, the only bad thing about it, and the reason I consider it a binge watch, which is his videos are like 45 minutes long.
So that was actually going to be the complaint I had. I like what he says. He's entertaining, but it's like you're looking and you're like, what can you say for 30 minutes on this game? Where this dude
He's
is telling me
thorough.
This guy's telling me like probably pretty much what I want to hear in like 5.
Yeah. Most reviewers are cliff notes compared to this guy.
Yes.
I mean but it doesn't feel like it's repetitive. Like when you listen to a full review that's like 30 to 45 minutes, everything is being covered. He will cover everything. Mm-hmm. So I do like that. But if you're not looking for tell me everything that you like about this game, good or bad, and you just want to, should I buy it? This is not the channel to watch, but it's pretty entertaining. Because he has little skits and stuff that he does in it, but the skits are always making fun of something in the game. Like they'll like green screen it so he walks up. Like he does this a lot with Skyrim and Fallout and stuff.
I was gonna say I remember seeing the Fallout one.
It's like talking to him, and the other act, his brother, I guess, is Joe as well. He'll be like, Joe, I'm looking for this, blah 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 blah, and the other Joe's like staring off in the distance, responding and acting all stupid because like for some reason Bethesda doesn't understand how to make models do things when they're not doing anything. If you're just standing around, they're like,
just standing there.
like, you know what I mean? And like when they start talking, they might move half their body. It's like weird, like unnatural movements. Anyway, so Angry Joe Show.
All right. Note taken, be much harsher on board games.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention, okay.
Oh yeah, do that.
Did I have one? Yeah. Otter videos of otters.
Videos of otters.
Some people
just otters playing in the
doing
water,
anything,
floating on their back holding hands.
Otters floating on their back holding hands, playing with Labrador retrievers, whatever otters do.
Yeah.
Some people, it's cat videos. Me, it's otter videos.
It's otters.
Yeah.
They are kind of neat.
Otters are pretty neat. Yeah, they are. My honorable mention, because this dude, I watched this guy a whole lot for a while, but I just quit playing the game. Clay Exult. He did Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Sometimes I just watch him just to listen to him talk. He's entertaining. He seems like a really cool guy to hang out with.
Yeah.
He seems like a genuine.
You're
nice
still watching
dude.
the videos?
Every now and then I'll just watch a video. I don't watch like every video.
Yeah.
But it's like every now and then I'll just be like, oh, like if the like I don't care about like this unit, but sometimes it'll be like like he was just talking about evidently the Japan version is doing something that might be detrimental to the game.
Ooh.
So this is probably news to you. They're getting rid of the was it UOC unit of choice?
The what?
They're phasing out the unit of choice tickets.
Oh, like if you get so many of a thing, you
could just pick a unit.
Yeah.
Right. Japan's evidently kind of phasing that out.
Oh, too late now.
That's how they make more money.
Yeah, so
spend more money.
And that's why he was kind of going through the pros and cons of it. It wasn't like a complete like this is garbage, but I mean
I kind of think it is garbage because in order to 7-star a character, you have to have 2 of the same character, and only the 5 stars have a 7-star version.
Right.
And so you might be pulling from a pool of like 150 characters, but it costs you like $10 to do a mass pool.
Right.
You know
what
I'm saying? Like
he was
$50.
He was it's not just that, and not the tangent on this, but he was going through the math on the pools.
Oh, was he?
They're up in the pool ratio, but it's only for like the event banners. I don't know. It's a big thing. So it was kind of like it's a weird, like, I like what they're doing, but I don't like what they're doing.
I see what you're saying.
So, but yeah, I just watched it just because he's entertaining to listen to. So
he's also, it gets you excited.
Yeah.
About stuff. The way he talks, he's like super excited.
Because he's excited.
Yeah.
It makes you excited.
Yeah, he's very excited.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like somebody who would play games, but he's very excited.
No honorable mention from me, so off to Tim.
All right. Mine, I put 2. I put Jared Dines and Steve Terryberry.
Jared Dines.
Terry
I just
Berry.
recently came across this guy who's the metal guy.
Yes.
Okay, like the top 10 thing metal vocalists do and stuff like that.
Yeah, top
All
10
right.
things drummers don't say.
Yes,
He's
okay,
like, well,
right.
the bassist gets all the girls.
Yeah,
Anyway,
okay.
So, like, he has a lot of funny videos. I don't watch a lot of, like,
Who is he? Was he in a band?
he's in a band, but he's mostly a YouTube star, I think. I don't think he's in a big band.
And he's not in a big band. Okay.
Right. I mean, it might be big, but not like what we would listen to or
Right.
the record labels and stuff. So I put these in as an honorable mention because they're very, like, every once in a while I'll binge watch it, and then every once in a while I'll binge watch them. I don't do these like music, like funny joke music stuff. Stevie T is just straight nuts. He's the dude that makes all the stupid faces and stuff.
Stevie D.
Well, anyway.
Like, yeah.
You have to see his video. You watch one video, and literally, I think 99% of people are going to turn it off. He is legit just acting
funny?
dumb. It's slapstick dumb.
Yeah.
But
Not for
once
me.
you really once you get into 1 or 2 videos and you realize how he is, you're like, this guy, he's pretty funny. Like, not to go off on a massive tangent, but one of his videos he was like, how to start a death metal band or a black metal band. So he like put on his stupid makeup and stuff, and he makes stupid faces all the time and stuff. Anyway, he walked out. The next part is you have to have a beat to this song. So he like walks out into his backyard, and there's a sprinkler going, and he just uses it. It's like,
Does he take like classic songs and do them like in metal versions or something like that?
he does some of that too.
Okay,
yeah.
I think that's what I've seen him do.
Oh,
So.
it is so funny. Once you get his humor,
No, he takes death metal songs and plays it like a real pretty song. I think that's what I'm thinking
and he
of.
says all the lyrics all
yeah, he says
happy.
yes. Okay, yeah.
Like,
That's-
I'll stab you in the
yeah,
face.
yeah.
Dude, but he's doing like dumb faces and stuff. It's just, I binge watch him every once in a while, but not all the time. So that's why it's more of an
When you're in the mood.
honorable mention. Yeah, it's a more of the in the mood thing. So, number 1.
Number 1, and I just changed this one.
Oh, yeah.
My
On
number
the
1.
fly.
After you mentioned the rap battles, my number 1 would be slam poetry. Like people that just, they go out on stage and they've got this poem and they're just spitting it out, and I can get into that. I can watch a lot of it.
Cool.
Why is it called slam poetry?
I have no idea.
Are they just poets? Or are they like dissing each
It's
other
almost-
with poems?
Is this like poetry night? Like
It's almost like rap, like the way the cadences that they have.
It's kind of like a spoken word, but
Yeah, it's just them and a microphone, but
Yeah.
like they come up with like rhythms to how they're talking, and they've got like some kind of political message or some kind of
It's almost like a coffee shop type of open mic.
well,
Not coffee shop.
I mean it could
Right.
be, but it's mostly like at the Apollo or like you know,
Right.
it's like some huge stage somewhere. You know,
Oh,
I
gotcha.
don't even know.
You're
Like
belting it out.
yeah, so it's interesting. I like the emotion that they can bring.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
oh yeah. My number one to go along with more useless knowledge, and also to go along with this, I like top 10 list.
We couldn't tell.
I watched 3 main ones. It's What Culture, Watch Mojo, and Looper. They just do top 10 horror movies, top 10 hot anime girls. I don't watch that one, but that's
Yeah, you
I
do.
remember that one. Top 10 worst anime villains, top 10 worst horror movie villains, just top 10 worst decisions made in horror movies. Whatever you can think of, they have a top 10 list for. And this is usually what I go home, I put it on, I take a shower, and that's why I don't have to watch it.
Right.
I can just straight listen to it.
Because you don't need to see those still images.
Yeah,
that they're
exactly.
putting
I don't
on.
need to see anything that they're showing me. It's just straight, get their opinion on a list that I can listen to. So
My only problem with Watch Mojo and stuff like that, I almost feel like either everyone on the internet is stealing the list and just saying the same crap, or they're taking lists that they find and then making their own.
yeah, I have no idea
Videos
how
for
they
it.
compile it, but
Which apparently is a massive problem on YouTube. A lot of people are just taking content from other people and making videos with those top 10 lists. They're not actually, they may not know
Getting that-
anything about that
right.
top 10 cars in the 1950s. You know, was it just the Model T? I don't know what it was. But like the point is, like, they're taking a list they have nothing about, they don't know anything about. Obviously, I would make one like that, and they just like make a video and just talk about what they can about it.
right.
I don't know. I've noticed this as we started doing top 5 lists, which good thing we didn't do top 10. It would be 3-hour videos anyway. So,
Number one for
do you
me.
have anything else, Matt?
I was just going to say, actually, my favorite one is What Culture. It's actually, I think they're Irish, possibly,
Oh.
or Scottish, one or the other.
George.
They have an accent, but I do prefer them over Watch Mojo.
That's fair.
They seem a little bit more organic, like they actually are into what they're talking about. So
Do you stay away from any channel that has viral in the name? I feel like that's just a normal thing that if it says viral, I don't care how cool it sounds, I won't watch it. I'm so
Yeah.
tired of that crap.
I've never.
Viral top 10s.
So what's the one you're talking about? That's the Irish.
It's
Scottish
called
one?
What Culture.
What Culture?
Yeah.
It's a top 10 list.
They do top 10s on stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe top 5s, one or the other. But
Oh, cool. I'll check it out.
I like Ash,
Okay.
Who?
redheaded lass.
And going on.
All right, Eric. So really, it's not the top 10. So
Number one for me is a channel called Zach King. Anybody know?
nope.
He does you might have seen him. He does like magic and a lot of video editing kind of magic stuff. Like, you know, he'll pop out of his he'll pop stuff out of his iPad, or he'll jump and all his
Oh, I think I've seen this guy. Like he'll
Yes.
draw something in chalk and then reach for it and
and
grab it out.
Yeah. He'll do a weird jump into his car or something. Yeah, all kinds of. I mean, it's a lot of edited video animation, but it's pretty
It's
entertaining.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's not real. I mean, it's like cheating as far as magic goes. If he's just editing a video.
Yeah, but it is entertaining. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. So
Okay.
Well, my number 1 is going to make Matt very happy because he's going to have a new channel to check out. It's called Odd Header.
Is this what you're supposed to tell me about?
No.
Okay.
Odd Header, he does top 10 lists for video games, but it is the most obscure, longest titles ever. Top 10 scariest things ever discovered randomly by people who weren't expecting it in video games. Like, stuff like that. So, like, top 10 odd like secrets found in video games that were only meant for the developers. You know, like the titles are just so long.
Where does they even get all this information?
Yeah, but like I started watching them. These are great in the idea of top 10 video game list. These are phenomenal. There's
going to be pretty unique, and it's not going to be ones that everybody's doing top 10 villains.
Right. Like I feel like his videos are very specific or very unique. Like it's not just top 10 video games. It's literally like top 10 craziest things cut from video games that you've never heard of.
Well, like top 10 YouTube channels.
10 game discoveries never meant to be found. Okay. 8 strangest audio discoveries in video games. Yeah, so it's just a bunch of it's very random.
They're so interesting. Now you probably
10 strangest areas in games we were never meant to see.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a bunch of 10 craziest out of bound discoveries.
Those are phenomenal because they break the game with like hacking tools to like go out of bounds, and they'll find like random stuff, like little boxes with like check marks on it, and a person who's sitting there with no arms. It's just like weird.
Like, why did they even put this in here?
Yeah. Most of the time it's like placeholders and stuff, but sometimes even the developers don't even have an answer. But
I forgot about that.
You do have to watch the videos on that because he is doing a lot of videos and showing you stuff.
Well, yeah, definitely. Because it is I can't just listen to the 10 insane Easter eggs in arcade games. So.
Yeah. The last thing I was going to mention for Matt is that he's on this whole 80s thing. There's one channel that's awesome. It's not really more of a binge watch because I think they only have like 15 videos or something, but it's called Zach Morris's Trash.
That is very funny.
You've seen it?
Where it's like it goes through the episodes and show how like awful of a person he is.
Have you seen Saved by the Bell?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you watch it and you think Zach Morris is just trying to be this clever person, but the way they word it.
So he's a guy from Saved on the Bell.
And they're actually making sense of his actions.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow.
He blackmails this person into extortion. And, and you're like, he really is doing that. Yeah, it's a really funny channel. All right, so you've already...
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good. It's good stuff.
It is pretty good. If you ever watched Saved by the Bell, check out Zach Morris's Trash.
I've seen the videos pop up every now and then.
Yeah, you should watch one. It's pretty entertaining.
But did you watch Saved by the Bell when you're...
Yeah.
Dude, if you watch Saved by the Bell and you watch these, it is like watching a kid's show, but realizing the political message behind it. Like it's... I mean, obviously they didn't mean for it to be this way. He's just embellishing with different words. He's like blackmailing the women of his school, and really he is because he blackmailed like Kelly. But it's like a white, almost like a white lie kind of blackmail. You know what I mean? Like it's so small, but at the same time, if you say it with bigger words, it's so hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,